Experiments are important because they allow scientists to investigate their theories and hypotheses and discover if they are correct. It is important to conduct experiments correctly in a controlled environment. If experiments are conducted incorrectly, they lead to incorrect results, which in turn make you believe false theories. Before a scientist conducts an experiment, first they formulate a question, then would create a hypothesis. A hypothesis is a proposition of what might happen based on incomplete information. Then a scientist would make predictions about the logical consequences of the experiment. Then the scientist begins conducting experiments. The purpose of the experiments are to discover if the results in the real world are the same as the predicted results. Finally, the scientist would analyze the results and come to conclusions using the results. This is called the scientific method. To conduct a fair experiment, you must only change one of the variables at a time. For example, we will use an experiment where we will melt an ice cube and record the time taken for it to melt. The variables that could affect the time are the amount of heat energy, the size of the ice cube, and the surface it is melting on. For example, if one ice cube was placed in a polystyrene cup and one was placed in a metal saucer, which one would melt first? If you guessed the metal saucer, you were correct. This occurs because the metal is a better conductor and polystyrene is a better insulator. To make this a fair experiment, you would have to place both ice cubes on the same surface. It is also important when conducting an experiment to use a control. A control is when you conduct the experiment without changing any of the variables. This gives us results to compare our results to and note what effect the variable we changed had. In conclusion, experiments are a key aspect of science because it allows scientists to test their theories and hypotheses and investigate the real-world implications of their theories.